Hey, hey, if you're still here, you're obviously having a slow day, and um, we'll just try and give you some technical stuff, a bit of background, because I know questions sometimes get asked about boards used and things like that. So, the photo here, you can see the two foils that I've owned. The one on the left, I've got no actual footage of me riding that foil. I did the same thing that Wake Thief did, famous Wake Thief on YouTube. He bought originally bought a foil that was way too small for dock starting and the things that he wanted to do, and I've gone and done exactly the same thing. I hadn't come across Wake Thief's videos at that stage, and I wish I had some footage of me trying to dock start that, and I'm talking, it was absolutely ridiculous. It was Tarzan ropes were involved and jumping off the bank of a river, and absolutely no dock in sight. Um, at one point, I just had the board in the water and just doing a running jump onto it like it was a skim board. Um, yeah, but there was no way I was getting that out of the water. I needed a boat or some sort of wing for that. So yeah, anyway, we all make mistakes, and I ended up getting the foil on the right. That was a second-hand foil I bought off Gumtree. It's actually a custom-made job, um, and the best that I can deduce. That's just my lunch ready, cooking on the microwave. You can hear that sound. The best that I can deduce is it's based off the dimensions of a Moses W1100. So look that up. It's 1.1 meters wide, and aspect ratio is in the five. It's 5.5 or something like that. Um, the chord is about 24, 25 centimeters. Um, and as you can see, yeah, a much larger wing compared to my first one. And well, it's a massive wing compared to any wing really. And to be honest, it's probably too big a wing for my weight. So I've just gone from one extreme to the other. Um, I am looking at buying a higher aspect wing, um, which is what everyone's setting records on these days. So yeah, we'll be looking at getting that when money allows. But it's all basically to do with money. I can't go buying heaps of foils. Otherwise, the wife and kids will be out of food, and we might not have a house. But yeah, no, it's an expensive thing to get into. So yeah, my first advice there is just go second hand. On top of the fact that they're expensive, they're easily damaged as well, and I've had to do a few running repairs on the foils and the boards, just crashing into docks and stuff. And I might post another video, a separate video on which docks are best to use, especially around the Geelong area. But I'll just do a general overview of what docks are good, and then specifically I'll talk about what docks are good in the Geelong area. But yeah, so as you can see there, yeah, two foils. Yeah, my advice is buy the biggest one you can and the cheapest. Um, See how you go on that, and then try to nail down what you want after that. This is I'm talking specifically for dock starting, like water pumping. So there you go. All right, next this photo here. This is the two boards that were used in the videos. That larger board, 5'4" in length. The shorter board is 4'4". It might be six. Actually, it's 5'6". Sorry. Larger board is 5'6". The shorter board is 4'6". Um, the larger board is the padded foam top. Again, really good to learn on because not so much good for pumping. The shorter the board, the better. But the fact that that's what I bought with my first foil. That was the setup I bought, and I found that just the fact that it was padded meant that if it hit something or if it hit me, it didn't hurt as much, didn't hurt the board as much. No damage really to the board. Um, Whereas the other one, when I started using that, and that was starting to hit the edge and things, I was yeah, coming home and there was little dings out of the board and things like that. So yeah, they're not to be messed with. And again, expensive pieces of equipment. So while you're learning, probably yeah, just buy the cheapest one you can get your hands on. Um, people will probably say don't do that, but no, yeah, I would. Um, so yeah, there you go. The reason I went back from the shorter board to the longer board halfway through my learning is I felt I lost all control in the with the shorter board. Now I don't really understand that because it's not even in the water, but I felt the longer board just gave me more stability. Whether the foil had a harder time trying to move the longer board with me on it, I'm not sure. But the analogy I sort of use is it's harder to swing a baseball bat than it is a table tennis bat. So um, maybe the same thing applies here, where the foil's trying to tip me off the board, but with the longer board, it had a harder trouble. It had a harder time trying to do that. So I found that it was yeah, just a bit more stable to jump on, but harder to pump. So once I got my balance right, then definitely yeah, try to get a shorter board. And yeah, I was right with the shorter board. I've got my balance right now, easy to pump, and I can go even shorter than that, which is what most people are doing with when they're coming to pumping. I wanted an all-round board because I am planning to take this out in the ocean eventually. Um, so something to be able to paddle on quite effectively and paddle into waves. So you need something with a bit of volume. Um, so I'm hoping this board will be a good all-round board and I won't have to buy another one. But um, we'll see how we go when I get this new wing and see how that performs. And if that's good enough, if I find that I'm reaching the magic minute mark of pumping and things like that, well, yeah, we'll just stick with that board, I think. Yeah, okay. Well, that's about it. As I said earlier, get out there. Um, yeah, enjoy yourselves. Keep at it. Hard work. Have fun. See ya.